Kandili ya Diplomasia.
Welcome to Kandili ya Diplomasia. Today we will discuss on 3 days official visit of South Korea Prime Minister Mr. Lee Nak-yeon to Tanzania, who arrived in Tanzania on Saturday, 21st of July 2018. Prime Minister Lee Nak-yeon is the first leader level to visit African nation since 1990s, where South Korea government began to cement diplomatic relations with African countries. I'm Jacob Chenga, and in today's diplomatic story, we will be with Mr. John Francis Mbogo, scholar of international relations and diplomacy. You're welcome.
Kandili ya Diplomasia.
Mr. John Mbogo, how would you describe the current government of South Korea, especially during this 1-year period under President Moon Jae-in?
Thank you, Mr. Cheng. The South Korean current government under President Moon Jae-in came into power after the impeachment of the previous president Park, who was impeached due to a corruption scandal. And the current president was elected in 2017 as the president of South Korea. His government has led into a historic engagement with the North Korea, hoping to cool down tensions on the peninsula and to solve the nuclear threat from North Korea. He is also the one who initiated the talks between the US President Donald Trump and Mr. Kim in Singapore, which is leaving a historical legacy to President Moon. Also, his government for the first time has provided the presidential plan to a Prime Minister Lee for an overseas trip in order to bolster and foster economic and diplomatic relations between South Korea and other countries in the world.
Back to the official visit of Prime Minister Lee Nak-yeon to Tanzania. What were the main agenda of the visit?
The Prime Minister of South Korea, His Excellency Lee, was hosted by the Prime Minister of the United Republic of Tanzania, His Excellency Honorable Kassim Majaliwa, where they discussed better ways of strengthening the bilateral diplomatic relations between Tanzania and South Korea, and how best these two countries can improve the business between themselves, specifically in the economies, area of science, and area of information and communication technologies, and in tourism. Also, they witnessed the signing of an agreement on reciprocal exemption from visa requirements for holders of each country's diplomatic and service or official passports, which is aiming in easing movement into and out of the two countries of the top government leaders holding diplomatic passports and civil servants holding service passports. With President Magufuli, Prime Minister of South Korea, His Excellency Lee, together witnessed the signing of a contract for the construction of the new Cylinder Bridge bypass, which will connect Aga Khan along Barack Obama Drive and Coco Beach at the junctions of Kenyatta and Sekuturi roads. And this project is sponsored by the government of South Korea under the soft loan.
As we all expect win-win situation between Tanzania and South Korea, is there any benefit that the nationals of Tanzania will gain after the implementation of agenda negotiated and signed with Vice Foreign Minister Mr. Lim Samnam from South Korea and the Minister of Foreign Affairs in the East African Community, Ambassador Augustine Mahige of Tanzania?
Well, the negotiations that were carried out in Dar es Salaam by the Prime Minister of South Korea and the Prime Minister of Tanzania, and also the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, will benefit both countries. But to Tanzania, the benefits that will be seen will be the continuation of supporting in various development projects by the South Korean government through the provision of soft loans. The country will increase its foreign currency earnings through the tourism business, which the South Korean government has promised to start promoting it to its people. Not only that, but also there will be an improvement in business areas of science and information and communication technology, and to an agreement on reciprocal exemption from visa requirements for holders of each country's diplomatic and service or official passports will ease the movement of the Tanzanians into and out of South Korea.
Okay, thanks. In nutshell, anything to wind up, Mr. John Mbogo?
Oh, to wind up, South Korea and Tanzania established diplomatic ties on April 1992, and for the past quarter century, the bilateral relationship has developed tremendously, politically, economically, and in development cooperation, and in people-to-people exchange. And as a result, this bilateral relationship has transformed into a truly trustworthy partnership between these two countries. The South Korean Prime Minister Lee visit to Tanzania is very important in improving economic and diplomatic relations between Tanzania and South Korea. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. John Francis Mbogo, for your analysis on 3 days official visit of Prime Minister Lee Nak-yeon to Tanzania. Please leave your comment and subscribe to this channel for more analysis on international affairs and diplomatic issues. My name is Jacob Chenga. Karibu sana.
Kandili ya Diplomasia.